So I'm out here at Waterfall Gully. It's my last day on the Titan. 27.5 in the back again. I've been riding it as a full 29er since I got the shock rebuilt and been enjoying it. But yesterday I came here and I rode the steeps. I rode Mainline DH, and just that seat, this seat height is just too high. And it almost felt like I was a little bit oversprung still, like the bottom bracket was quite high still, which I'm not too sure. I'm minimum preload on this 350 Fox spring. So, and if I was to go a one up dropper, I could save another 30 mil there and have that lower. So not the end of the world. But I've gone back to Mullet just to see if that gives me a little bit more control in these steeps, because that was kind of a deal breaker yesterday. Well, not a deal breaker, but definitely a consideration that you must think about. Oh yeah, 29 just floats around the back, it's killer. Yeah. Oh, definitely more control, way easier to ride with this 27 in the back. The only thing I'm not really enjoying about this bike is this fork is a 51 mil offset, and it absolutely feels like it's a little bit, how you going, like it's twitchy in the front compared to a shorter offset fork. So I would have put, I got the Zeb and I've got the Lyric at home, and I would have put one of my forks on, but I've cut both those steerers too short. So it's yeah, it's a no-go. So it's a shame, like when I'm laying it over, it feels a little bit like a cross-country bike with this shorter this long offset. I've made do with that, obviously, but if this was my bike, that's the first thing I'd be doing, is putting a shorter offset fork on. I've also got a bit offline there. I've just put a Tannis tyre armour in the back with a DHR2, and I gotta say, versus the Aggressor, I'm not big on this DHR2 out the back. I think the Aggressor has more control, absolutely. Every time I get on it and I go back to it and I speak to other people and they say, yeah, DHR2 is the king, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. The Aggressor out the back is better. I'm almost tempted to run one on the front as well, so I can get a really good feel of how it actually performs. I still think I'm a little, not quite perfect with my rear setup, or maybe it's just this Fox shock, but just not quite there, I don't think. Maybe I've got a little bit too much low speed compression dialed in, so I'm definitely not touching the bottom, and I've got heaps of momentum. Whoa, I'm a little worried that front wheel's gonna wash. That's kind of what this 51 offset gives me. So I have to redevelop some trust in it. But it's good. So in the steeps, as a Mullet, not an issue at all. Not an issue at all. Yesterday when I was riding those top corners, I was really kind of playing touch butt on the seat to stay off of the front, like to stay away from being my weight pitched too far forward. So yeah, that's kind of reinstated my like for this bike. Like, I love it. This thing's killer. It's rigid, it's stiff. The fork, obviously long offset, not super confidence inspiring. The rear shock, I just don't think they're that good. I don't think these new Fox rear shocks are that good. I'll have a tickle, see if I can get a little bit better, but I think it's pretty close.